First time ko magbibigay sa inyo ng ilang mensahe, di lulubusin ko na. Ang una muna, maraming salamat sa nakalipas sa simbang gabi sa inyong paglilingkod. Alam kong napagod, nagkasakit, and hopefully naka-recover na po kayo. Maraming salamat for your ministry. Sunod po ay happy birthday sa lahat ng diwang ng birthday ngayong panahon ito, noong Disyembre at saka Enero. Pakidasal po sa mga kapatid nating paring may karamdaman. Alam naman natin si Father Anthony Ricafort nasa ospital pa, still waiting para sa kanyang angioplasty. Lalabas na pala. Ngayon lalabas pala. Okay. Ganun kabilis ha. Kanina hindi pa lalabas na. Okay. Bilis. Ganun ang panalangin ninyo. Sunod po ay si Father David. Alam naman natin si Father David. At kami natin yan. Let's keep on praying for our brother priest. Recover sa mga sakit na yan. So, kasama din yan, ay siyempre paalala ko sa inyo ang kahalagahan ng inyong kalusugan. Pinagbigyan lang kayo kaninang kumain ng marshmallow. Pero siguro magkakaroon tayo ng programa on health. Sana ay maging consistent tayong lahat so that we will not have issues ng health na bibiglain tayo. So we try our best. Sasama din ang obispo siyempre. And then of course, ngayong Jubilee of Hope, alam natin mamayang hapon, meron tayong sana sama-sama yung ating mga parokyano, opening natin ang ating Jubilee Year of Hope, no? From San Pablo Colleges, at ang gathering natin 4 o'clock, 4, tapos magkilang naman yun, we will do a procession towards the cathedral, and then right of the Jubilee Cross. Then from there, we will celebrate the Mass at 5:30. Ano po, Monsignor? 5:30 ata yan. Ang schedule natin na 5 o'clock pala, 5 o'clock, sorry. Okay? So kasama niyan in the ng Jubilee of Hope, ay di siyempre hingi ako ng apologies. I hope I will learn your names sometime soon. Nakakalimot pa yung mga pangalan. Tapos problema ko pa yung iba sa inyo, magkamukha. So, minsan ang tawag ko doon sa essay, dapat doon sa kabila. No? Pasensya na kayo kung mahaba pa ang aking panahon kailangan para magamay ang inyong mga pangalan. Ganun na rin, pati magamay ang kultura natin dito. Pasensya na kayo, no? Baka magaling sa akin ang mga liturgies, sanay ako sa simpleng pamumuhay. Ay biglang ako ay nasasabihan ng mga kung ano gagamitin, susuotin, aawitin. No? Hapon ako ay nahinga ng pasensya sa katedral kay Monsignor dahil bigla ako nasabihan pagkatapos po ng sermon niya, aawitin ang mga schedule ng taon. Anong aawitin? Di ka nasa Google na yun. So ako nahinga ng pasensya ko, hindi ko pinakanta. Kinuha ko yung kakantahin, pinasa ko. Ikaw ay mas mahaba pang awit sa aking sasabihin sa sermon. So pasensya na kayo, okay, misa din ganon, paalalahanan lang ninyo ako ha. Hindi lang talaga ako sanay. I still need time to get used to what is kinasanayan dito. Okay? At katulad noon, please remind me or correct me if you see that I need correction and reminder. Ganun lang kasimple yan. Do not be afraid to tell me kasi hindi man ako na-offend. I will not be offended. Sanay ho ako doon. Kahit sa Marinduque ako talagang sinabihan. Bishop, ayaw na namin kayong kalaro sa basketball. Ay kami naglalaro para sumaya. Pero pagkalaro namin kayo, kami nasa malaan loob. Dahil ako'y very competitive nga eh. Nakasanayang nagmumura. Nagbago ng buhay naman ako. Sala lang shoot eh. Sabi ko, good shot! Nagbagong buhay. Just tell me, and I will listen to you, no? Of course, announcement then, we have 10 seminarians in our pre-diaconal program. So, it's a gift sa atin. By the grace of God, may 6 na by February, baka maordinahan na ng diacono. Yes! And then the other 4 ay to follow. Di ko lang alam kung anong taon. Pebrero, baru di mana orang tahu kan? Pebrero. Joke lah, joke. Karena itu sila kasama ko ngayon sa bahay na ito. So, thank you for lahat ng pari na tumanggap sa kanila, sa mga parokya nila, lahat ng pari nag-evaluate, nag-guide sa ating mga kandidato sa pagka-tiyako ng mga magiging kasama din natin. Now, ito ang mahalaga ngayon. Bilang obispo, ako'y mahigit sa buwan na wala pa ho akong Presbyteral Council. A Senate of Priests who is to be part of the decision-making of a bishop, to be consulted, and to advise, lalo na isang obispong bago, at hindi naman talaga sadyang taga rito. Kaya nga po, sana ay nasa tama pang bilang natin, ay maya-maya, pagkatapos ko, ay supposedly we are to divide you into districts, to the 4 districts, because there will be an election na mamaya bibigyan instructions, may bibigay sa inyong forms na gagawin by district. No, hindi na by salita, isusulat para mas mabilis siguro. Where I will get, una, ay yung magiging members ng council. Yun lang. Medyo mababago ang membership ng council. Because the Presbyteral Council now, ito ang magiging composition. Kung babasahin ko lang muna sa inyo, ginawa ng dekreto so that you will know. So the Code of Canon Law specifies that within a year of taking possession, a bishop must establish the Presbyteral Council anew. That's from Canon 501, paragraph 2. Therefore, having in mind the universal mandate with regards to this important Senate of the Bishop, following the dictates of the Directory of Bishops with regards to this matter, which defines the hierarchical communion between the bishop and the presbyterate founded on the unity of the ministerial priesthood and of the ecclesial mission manifests itself institutionally in the Presbyteral Council. Insofar as it is a group of priests which, representing the presbyterium, is to be like a senate of the bishop, which assists the bishop in the governance of the diocese according to the norms of law to promote as much as possible the pastoral good of the portion of the people of God entrusted to him. And bearing in mind the wonderful gifts of the Synod of Bishops, itong huli lamang, which describes institutional structures of which the Presbyteral Council belongs states, each of these bodies play a role in the discernment needed for the inculturated proclamation of the gospel, for the community's mission in its milieu, and for the witness of the baptized. They also contribute to the decision-making processes to establish means. These bodies themselves become the subject of accountability and evaluation, as they will need to give an account of their work. Participatory bodies represent one of the most promising areas in which to act for rapid implementation of the synodal guidelines, bringing about perceptible changes speedily. Galing ito doon sa document nung last synod. Alam niyo mga kapatid na pare, ako bilang obispo at least of the more than 9 years na ako yung obispo ng Marinduque, I never made a decision that did not go through a process of consultation. So napakahalaga sa akin ang council. And maraming magiging diskusyon doon na malaking bagay ang aking pangahawakan. And together with that, pag napapaghahawakan, inilalatag ko sa assembly lagi yun. No? Kahit may council na, ibibigay ko pa rin sa assembly yung tools to hear you. No? Even in a moment na minsan, minamadali pa, kailangan ko pa kayong pakinggan. Kasi mahalaga sa akin ang palagay ninyo. No? Kayo mga pare, of course there is that council, but the council is also part of a presbyterium. So yung presbyterium pa rin, kasama pa rin sa akin, tinatanong pa rin. Kaya mahalaga sa akin na when we have assemblies, we are present as much as possible. No? Kasi ayoko nung usapan pari na pagkatapos na desisyon na ng karamihan, tsaka ka magre-reklamo. Pero kaya ka nagreklamo dahil wala ka. Kasi hindi naman ako natanong. Ay, wala ka nga, paano ka tatanong? So I hope, no, magkaroon tayo ng kultura na laging pag may sama-sama, magkakasama. We will try to, kung ang problema ay schedule, we will talk about how to adjust the schedule para sa lahat. Kung nalalagayuhan yung iba, baka dadating yung panahon, kailangan ng ating council, ang ating mga assemblies, bisa naikot. No, by districts, hindi ko alam. But we have to find ways that all of us, hopefully, can be together in decision-making also. Now, with this, therefore, medyo may pagkaano na, authority. By this present letter, we, as Bishop of San Pablo, in accordance with the statutes of the Presbyteral Council of San Pablo, with regards to membership, whether ex officio and elected, in accordance with Canon 391, amend that vicars foreign will no longer be ex officio members of the Presbyteral Council. Pasensya na kayo ha sa mga vicars, magiging, wala pa namang vicars foreign ulit, no? Papalta na yan. But hindi na ho kayo magiging members simply because, ex officio, simply because according to mga former members, nagkakaroon doon ng problema pagdating sa quorum. Sa dami kasi nung vicars foreign, pag marami doon hindi naka-attend, nawawala na ng silbi yung mga desisyon dahil walang quorum. So, babaguhin natin yung system, palalakasin natin yung supposedly, hopefully, yung districts. Kung ano man ang mga issues ng foreign vicaria, dapat madala sa distrito. Kaya yung ex officio ay ang mga episcopal vicars. Kaya, episcopal vicars will now be asked and tasked to regularly and consistently meet up. Hindi maaaring sabihin, wala tayo ngayong buong taon. Kasi ikaw masisisi, kung walang issue galing sa iyong distrito ang nakakarating para mabigyan ng desisyon. And I will try my best to talk to each episcopal vicars na consistently also, and then visit every district as much as I can pag may mga meeting. Join you. Huwag lang pagsasabay-sabay na wala pa naman akong gift of by location. Palagay ko hindi ko na kailan magiging karanasan nyo. So, hindi na po ex officio yan ang vicars foreign. Then, only one priest to be elected to represent each level as indicated below. Young clergy, from 0 to 15, junior clergy, 16 to 30 years, and senior clergy, 31 and above. Tigi-tigisa lang na representation. Yun lang ang inamend ko. And then all others, ibabasahin din naman sa inyo mamaya sa election. No? With the newly amended Constitution of the Presbyteral Council, motu proprio. Nakagamit ako ng motu proprio. We expect active participation and anticipate the essential contribution of all council members. And likewise, this canonical provision will also lead to the creation of another collegial body, which is the College of Consultors. Yun lang. Medyo i-clarify ko lang yung salitang College of Consultors. There are only certain matters to be consulted lang sa College of Consultors. Ang trabaho ng council mismo yung mas malawak eh. Ang College of Consultors more specific. So yun ay lilinawin ko na. So College of Consultors, since you are members din naman ng Presbyteral Council, hindi na kayo kailangang itawag pa for certain matters na hindi naman specifically para sa inyo. Okay? So lilinawin na ho natin ngayon yun. Baka mamay sabihin, bakit nangyari hindi mo kami tinanong? Tinanong na yan sa council, hindi sa consultors. Okay? Ibang bagay ang sa consultors. Now, together with this, ang nakasanayan dito sa diocese natin is that when it comes to ayan, eto pala, di pa pala, mamaya pa pala yan. The Constitution of the Presbyteral Council nga. So now, what will be the composition? Babasahin ko po ba ito? Mamaya babasahin na lang sa meeting. Basahin ko na rin, sige. Itong magiging constitution ng composition ng Presbyteral Council, ex officio members will be the Vicar General, Judicial Vicar, Episcopal Vicar of the Episcopal Vicars of the 4 Episcopal Districts, Episcopal Vicar for the Religious, Chancellor, Economus, Rectors of the Seminary, Pastoral Director, these are ex officio, then elected members, one representative from the clergy group as young, middle, and senior, one representative from each Episcopal District pa. Pili pa uli kayo. Bukod sa inyong Episcopal Vicar para mas represented kayo, isa pa uli galing sa inyong distrito. Whether young, old, or middle. Wala kayo. And then 2 representatives from the religious pa. No, hahanap tayo sa kanilang, sa arela. Hopefully they can get to elect 2 more members. So magiging 3 ang ng religious atin. Appointed members I am exercising my canonical right as provided in Canon 497 as Bishop of San Pablo by appointing the Director of Social Action, whether it's yung Social Action Director o kung magkahiwalay, yung Director ng DPKK. Okay? Then the Vicar for Clergy and the Director of the Youth Commission. Sasama ko sa council meeting, no? So all of this will take effect, no? Immediately on this 5th day of January. So yun po yung ating council, no? Ngayon, nakasanayan daw natin dito is that when it comes to assignments of priests, ang directly involved is the Commission on Clergy. But gusto ko sanang mag-concentrate ang Commission on Clergy on other matters regarding the clergy. One is yung health issue ng mga pare natin, tutuhan yon. Formation, ongoing formation. And then if there are certain specific issues regarding a priest na may kaunting problema, tutulungan sana ng mga nasa Commission on Clergy kung how to handle the situation and then help the bishop also to talk to priests on that matter. Doon na. So meaning to say, assignments or nag-create ako, ngayon po dinidecrate ako, magkakaroon tayo ng personnel board. Specific only for mga ministries, positions ng pare, assignments. I will read kung anong ibig sabihin ito. Well, basta, tungkol sa sinod na rin yung simula, introduction, mahaba-haba. Pabibigyan na lang kayo ng kopya. So what is the mandate of this personnel board? The personnel board is tasked with the following responsibilities. 1, to recommend assignments and transfers of priests to parishes, ministries, or other ecclesiastical offices. Again, recommendation lang naman yan. They do not make the final decision. Second, to conduct skills assessments of priests and recommend programs for their ongoing formation and training as preparation for their future ministry and function. Kasi supposedly, meron kayong ginawang profile ng mga pari daw. So we will follow through with that, and it is the job of the personnel board to see talents, charisms, or skills ng mga pari natin who can further serve the church according to their skills. Kung kailangan ng training, we will have to look into it. Kung kailangan ng further studies, we will have to then recommendations will be made for that. Third, na kanilang mandate is to align recommendations with the needs of the faithful and at the same time competencies of the priest. So hindi na supposedly nag-work ng kaunti na yung ginawa niyong profiling ng sitwasyon ng parokya at yung profile ng pare. So we will have to go with that para mas objective in the best way possible na kaya natin to be more objective on assignments. Hindi na, sabi nga, wala nang padrino. It will have to be based on what we are capable of and what is the need of the parish. No? Hindi na para tayo mag-assign ng siya ang director ng charismatic, pero hindi naman napalakpak, hindi naman marunong sumasabi ng amen. Ay, hindi natin gagawin yan. So, to make it lively, Fourth mandate of this personnel board is to assess specific pastoral needs arising from demographic, geographic, or cultural context and propose appropriate clergy placements. No? Maaaring sila na yung tawagin nating transfer committee. No? Pwede namang dagdagan pagka general reshuffle na. No? Then last, they are to provide immediate recommendations for temporary substitutions in cases of emergencies or unforeseen circumstances. No? Sila yung mag-aano ng mga ganong recommendation. No? Lalo na kung biglang may kasakit. For example, we know Father Anthony Ricafort nga, ay di ang pumalit muna ay si Father no? Si Father Lawrence. Wow! So, immediately, supposedly, kung may mga ganon, si personal board na magko-consider kung sino pa ang pwede natin yan. Now, the composition of this personal board will be the Vicar General, whoever that will become very soon, Judicial Vicar, the Episcopal Vicars of the 4 Episcopal Districts ulit, Pastoral Director, the Chancellor, and the Vicar for Clergy. No? Pinaliit natin ng kaunti ang na yan. So this will be the ones to help me and help the in matters that are mentioned in the mandate of the personal board. So again, the board shall meet in urgent situations as need arises. No? Recommendations are consultative, as always, and subject to the final decision of the bishop in view of Canon 127. All recommendations and records of meetings shall be submitted to the bishop, and that all members are obliged to strictly observe secrecy. Just like any other. No? So again, this will take effect as early as 5th of January 2025. So sana alam po ninyo yun. So this is what you will be you are informed about, and then maya-maya ng kaunti, announcement will be made kung saan ang mga lugar ng districts for the election, and mga ano natin. So bago mangyari yun, para hindi na ulit tayo magtagpo dito, kasi whatever the results are, hindi siya i-announce today. Kasi some of these positions are from ternas. Magbibigay kayo ng terna, and I will have to be the one to choose from the terna. So I won't be making that decision today. I'll have to pray over it. Bago ako pumili sa inyo. Hindi naman magtatapula ng bariya. Ara o krus. Hindi naman. Nagtatasan ko din naman. Okay, so bago lahat ng yan, again, sa matters pa, gusto ko sanang mabigyan ng kaunting ano sa inyo. Pasensya na kayo if I will put into context 3 things. Kayo po mga nasa catering, pwede po lumabas muna.